Good morning, everybody. How are you? Today I'm going to be speaking about escapism. My name is Natalie, and I am a spiritual mentor, and I specialize in working with self-relationships. And I am a somatic intuitive healer. Today I'm going to be speaking about escapism and how easy it is to escape versus coming back into your body and finding your center, finding your truth. So escapism is one of those things that we get programmed into doing, and it becomes something that is habitual. So we learn how to do this often when we are children, and it's something that can be it can seem like it's really hard to break this habit of escaping. And it's one of those things that when we escape, we feel like it's that temporary sense of I'm protected now, and I don't have to deal with everybody else's stuff, and maybe I don't have to deal with my stuff as well. And oftentimes, really, when you are choosing to escape, it's actually just another way of continuing to reinforce what you've always done, which is to swallow other people's stuff and not be able to just hold on to yourself, like really hold that sacred container for yourself and do what you truly need to do. So when you escape, what do you actually, I'm just curious if you just be open and willing to write in the comments, when you're escaping, when you're choosing to escape, what are you actually ending up doing to yourself? What are you doing? What are you doing when you're choosing to escape? And escape could look like I'm choosing to take a nap. I'm choosing to put on a Netflix movie. And this doesn't have to be, it's not about judging this, whether it's a positive or a negative thing when you're choosing to escape. It's just about, I'm just choosing to do this right now. So I'm just curious if you guys, even if you're coming back later and you're watching in the replay, #replay, and I'd love to hear from you, like, what is your go-to way of escaping? So when you escape, it's one of those things that not only does it temporarily feel safe in your body at that moment, but it can also start to make you feel really down upon yourself. It can really make you feel like, gosh, like, why is it that I just can't function in the world? And you run from yourself, right? Why is it that I just can't be present here? Like, and why is it that, like, gosh, and this is hurting me, and I just feel so frustrated, and I don't like this feeling. Like I just can't deal with myself. I can't deal with the world. I can't deal with all the suffering. Like I've just had it. I'm just done. I'm just done. And are you actually done? Or is this just a temporary fix? Is it just something that you're just like, okay, if I can just get through, I just gotta get through this day. And maybe if I, whether I go and have a smoke or I go and I have a nap, whatever it's gonna take to just get me out of this. And then you end up, when you choose to escape, you miss out on the opportunity to come back and find your center. Your center right there, 3 inches beneath your belly button. I don't know if you can see because where the phone is. That's where you really start to step into your power center. Yeah. And the power center is, in Qigong, it's one of the most grounding places to focus in on in your body. It's kind of that point, it's that point between your root chakra and your 3rd chakra. So it's where we really can tap into our feelings, our felt sense, our inner child, like what's really going on down there, everything. We've got so much, and that's often the place where we can push everything down when we're shut down in our heart space, where we just, it's just unclear, like, can I go there? Can I not? But you can, it has so much to offer to you. So I'm going to take a breath. Coming back to myself, coming back to yourself. And I want you to imagine right now that here you are, right? And there's 2 boxes. You have a box right here to the right of you, and there's a box to the left of you. And that box is however big you want to make it. And you make the decision. You're like, okay, I'm going to either jump into this box. I'm going to jump into the box where I'm choosing to be so present, to be so conscious, to be so aware, to be willing to truly see myself, to truly feel my feelings, to not choose into swallowing other people's stuff, to like really, really, really be present with what I require right now. And then the box to the left, that's the box of choosing escape. I'm choosing to escape. And sometimes when, I just saw this with my client, we went through a whole little journey together where we cleared out this belief system that going to escape is what she needs, that's just like her regular go-to way, right? And really like what it was so deeply programmed into her that it, even when we cleared this escape habit, it still felt like, God, like, but what am I going to do when this happens? Then like, how am I going to actually deal with this? And like, is this really real? Like that I just let go of this way that I've been going like my whole life? And I'm like, where are you? Where are you going to go? Are you going to go here? Are you going to go there? And it's kind of funny because it kind of goes with the sides of our brains, right? Our left hemisphere, again, that thinking, logical, right? Like, okay, and then maybe I'm just going to go into the escape because it's going to do this for me. And then I'm going to be okay for the next 5 minutes. Up. And then the right side of your hemisphere, which creates that more spacious place, that place where you're like, oh, like maybe if I just did a grounding practice right now, like, and just, I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm going to see how am I going to feel when I do that, when I make that decision, right? And it's reteaching yourself that you get to give yourself that permission, right? That permission just to be you. Like that, like, just because I happen to have done something in one way all my life doesn't mean that I need to keep going that way. Just because it's always worked for me in the past, it's been my quick fix, I don't have to keep going like that. So I'm just going to invite you guys today to play with that, to play with like just noticing like, am I in my center? Am I in my center? You can just place both hands on your 3 inches below your navel and just finding that truth. Like, where am I right now? Am I in my center? I love my center. I love when I'm here and I breathe into my center. And by breathing into your center and finding your sense of being grounded, whatever that technique might be that like really pulls you in and into yourself. And then from that place, you make an empowered decision, a super empowered decision. And without any judgment, whether you're going to choose to stay on the right side of your brain and jump for it into the unknown, or you're going to go into the little box of escapism. So I'm just going to leave you guys with that today. This takes courage. It takes a lot of courage, a lot of courage. It takes so much courage to like really be willing to be with yourself and be with yourself in a whole new way. It's like I said to my client today, okay, when you're choosing whether you're going to go into your box of escapism or you're going to go into your box of I'm grounded, I'm present, I'm open to possibilities, regardless of what happens, it's just like dating yourself or like can you imagine, like when you get into like a new relationship with somebody and you notice these little patterns happening inside of yourself, and it's really easy to go back into like, okay, I'm just going to shut down, or I'm going to try to hide out and protect myself or do whatever I'm going to do to just kind of get myself into this, like, I'm quote unquote safe, I'm quote unquote protected. And so when you start to date yourself in the way that you truly want to date yourself, or in the way that you would truly want to date another being, you get to give yourself back the gift of life, the gift of like really choosing to own your power. And there's nothing that can take away from standing in your power and staying in it, regardless of what's happening around you, regardless of if other people are being, throwing you off, quote unquote, or like if the environment that you're in is just, starting to make you feel like maybe, okay, not only are the people throwing you off, but like now your frequency is going down, and like, okay, well, maybe I need to do, maybe you don't. Maybe you get to question yourself for what you typically would do in that scenario. And then you get to come back into your center. You get to find your center and own it. Own how great it feels to empower you, to really, really, really feel empowered. That's courageous. That's beyond courageous. So thank you so much for joining me today, and feel free to hashtag replay if you're watching this later, and if this video resonated with you, feel free to share it out. I've got my program starting, I Am Courage, this Monday. If you want to find out more about that, message me. That's 11/11, an incredible portal coming our way right after the full moon. Have an amazing weekend. Bye.